Are you wanting to build your email list, but you're seeing that your lead magnet PDF is just not working like it used to? It might be because it's so easy for anyone to put together some kind of generic content using some AI and stick it into a PDF that we just don't value them anymore, right? That's kind of what's happened. So none of us are getting very excited and can't wait and rushing to actually sign up to someone's email list to download a PDF. But Encharge said that the opt-in rates for lead magnets PDFs are down as low as 1%. Can you believe that? That's awful. 1%. Plus, most of us can actually get what used to go to a PDF just by searching on our favorite AI platform. So if lead magnets are dead, what has replaced them? Hello, welcome to the show. Happy Email Marketing Wednesday. I do a brand new episode of the show every Email Marketing Wednesday. So I would hate for you to miss out on one of these. I want to make sure your newsfeed gets more of this content if you're finding it valuable. So the only way to do that, and to make sure I can make sure of that, is to make sure you hit subscribe on this channel. So make sure if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. That means basically the news feeds and stuff like that tells you, oh, here's when Kennedy released a new episode of the Email Marketing Show. Also, if you hit like on this video, that'll tell me, oh, you like content like this. So I'll look at it and go, oh, I'll make more content like that. And once you've done all of that, I've got a really cool thing for you. I've got a brand new course called Email Marketing Sorted. And right now, you can get it for free for tuning in to the Email Marketing Show. Let me explain. So this shows you exactly what I did to take one of my offers from making me $27,000 to over $500,000. And I didn't grow my audience. I didn't change the offer. I didn't do anything apart from send some more emails in a very specific way. And I appealed to a bunch of psychological, what I call buyer triggers. And you can access the entire Email Marketing Sorted course right now for free by going to emailmarketingsorted.com, or you can click the link in the description or scan the QR code that's on screen. So if you've been noticing that you're trying to grow your email list, you're doing some kind of lead magnet, and you've noticed, my God, it seems much tougher than ever. Not only is my conversion rate dropping. First of all, you're not alone. Secondly, you'll be noticing too that people are converting less well. So I want to just rewind time a little bit and give a little praise to the almost savant of digital marketing, Rich Sheffrin. I remember being in a really fancy hotel in Puerto Rico with Rich. We're sitting around and he was telling me the observation he was making about the marketplace. And that's one of the things that Rich is amazing at. So whenever Rich talks about the future of marketing, my ears prick up and I pay a lot of attention. You should too. And here's something he shared with me back in 2023. And this is it. He said, we are moving from a place of tease to taste. What does he mean by that? Let me explain that, because I didn't quite get it at that point, right? So far, when we've been putting free content out there, what we've been taught to do is tease people. We've been told to show people what to do, not how to do it. We've been told to show them all the why they should do things, but don't give them all the details so they could go and do the thing. We've been told to give them a peek, a little tease, to use curiosity. So we've been told inside of our PDF, ebooks, or lead magnets to really tee up our offers by sharing, hey, inside my main program, I show you the X ways how to do Y, and I show you 13 ways to do Z. All of these things. We're teasing people. We're really using a lot of curiosity. What's happened, like anything, is we've all become wise to this, and your customers and potential customers have become really wise to this, so we no longer get completely drawn in by pure curiosity. So we now need to appeal to a different psychological state, and that is, I want you to move from curiosity to withdrawal. We're going to give them a taste. And it's a bit like when someone tries some food for the first time. So for example, if you're walking around Costco, right, and you walk around and there's always that person on the end of the aisle with a little stand, and they've got like a little bit of sausage on a stick, and they're like, sausage on a stick, have a little taste of my sausage. And you go along and go, oh, I'll have a little nibble of your sausage. And you have a little nibble of the sausage, and you go, oh, that's a really nice sausage. I'll have to buy a whole pack of sausage. That is withdrawal. You give them a little taste, a little sample of what the actual product or service is like, so they go, I've had my taste buds activated, and now I want to continue consuming more of that. We want to give them an actual taste. So I'll give you an example and get really practical here. So in my case, in my lead magnet, my email marketing sorted course, which you get gifted to as part of watching and listening to this channel, it's a proper course where you actually learn stuff. It's not just me driveling on and teasing and never fulfilling on any promises, right? You actually get a taste of what it's like to be a client. One of the things that I talked about to my mastermind members, I run a mastermind called the Director's Room, and I was talking to them just recently at a session about how what we want to do is we have to get people to see what it's like to be a paying client. The best way of someone deciding to be a paying client is for them to experience what it's like to be a paying client. So for example, when you enjoy my email marketing sorted course, you get to see what it's like to be in one of my programs, albeit that's a brief program, so you can implement something very, very quickly. But my plan is not to hold back on you, but it's for everybody who watches it to go, I love what I've learned. It was really practical. It was completely different to anything I've ever learned about email marketing. And I can see how it gets completely different results. So I want more of that. That's my intention. So it's not nefarious. It's not naughty, because it's literally giving people exactly what they want in the hope that the right kind of clients, the kind of clients you want to work with, are going to say, I want more of this. And what kind of clients do we all want? Well, I don't know about you, but I really like to work with people who take action, who are decisive, who make decisions, who are in control of themselves, who want to do things. I don't care about working with people who are lazy, who want to literally do nothing and make money. I want people who are passionate about the thing that they do, and they're so passionate they'll watch a small amount of training, put some stuff into action, or at least see how they can put that into action. And that's the kind of person I want to work more with. So by the time someone's consumed that program, that mini course from me, I know the right people are going to step to the next plate and step to the next place with me, and they're going to be great clients who I enjoy spending time with, great clients who I enjoy working with, and clients who are way more likely to have success. Because if we have more clients who have more success, we build a reputation, we feel much better. It's all really good stuff, right? That's literally what I do on this very channel, on this podcast. I don't just tell you what and why, I tell you how. I don't just tease, I don't hold back. I give you a taste of what it's like to actually learn from me, right? I use silly analogies, right? I'm literally just showing up and being myself. I had the biggest compliment ever at an event I was speaking at I think it was an in-person event in Jersey just the other week. And that compliment was I was literally leaving the after party. So I spoke at the event, and there was an after party. I went, hung out, got to meet lots of people. It was really good fun. And just as I was about to leave and go back to my hotel to get some rest before my flight home the next day, this lady ran up to me as I'm literally opening the door, the glass door, to get out of the venue. This lovely Japanese place. And she said, I just want to stop you before you leave. I want to say this all night, and I've had a drink now. I've got the confidence to do it, bless her. And she said, I just want to say thank you. And I was like, oh, she was thanking me for my presentation, that she got value from it. That makes my heart very happy. It makes me very happy. She said, I want to say thank you for being exactly who you are online in real life. You're exactly the same in real life as you are online. And thank you for that. And I was like, this is great. Why is that great? Because it proves that the way that I'm giving people a sample, the way that I'm giving you guys all a taste, is literally as legitimate as it can be. With all of my flaws, my imperfections, my whatever's going on in my life. The fact I haven't even had a bloody shave today, I've just realized. Sorry, guys. I'm not perfect, and I just show up and be real. What does that do? Well, AI can't replace that. Being real, it can't replace. Showing up and giving people that taste allows us to bridge the trust gap. So when you give people a taste of what it's like to be a client of yours, to work with you, to be a customer of yours, it allows you to bridge the trust gap. So, because a lot of people are worried, and we've all done this, but we've seen the marketing for something. The advert was slick. The sales page was slick. And then you pay them, and the course was awful. The coaching was terrible. The software was dog cack, right? It's awful. We've all had that letdown at some point, right? And we now, therefore, have a trust gap, and then a bridge needs building over that gap, right? So that's the first part of this. The second part of this is actually really, really important, that if you have a PDF that you don't call it a PDF, right? We have to create a perception of value in everything that we want someone to do. So if I said to you, hey, I've got this really valuable thing and it seems really valuable to you, you'll want it. But if it doesn't seem valuable, none of us want it, right? And because PDFs are now so commoditized, or so like, well, literally, you can type in a document, click file, save as a PDF. There's nothing valuable in that, unlike 15 years ago when it was still like, wow, this is amazing. But there's no value in this idea of I'm going to send you a PDF. So what we're going to do is reframe that PDF as something else. What could that be? Well, if I'm giving a PDF of an entire email sequence or campaign, I could say, rather than saying it's a PDF with some emails in, I don't really want that. But if I tell you it's a complete email campaign, you might go, I want a complete email campaign. Or it's a playbook. That feels really actionable. It even feels proven, right? So if I said, hey, this is my email profit playbook, you might go, oh, I really want that. Or a blueprint. It sounds like a complete plan or a system. You might, instead of calling it a PDF, you might call it a framework or a field guide, if that suits your brand or what you're doing in your niche. A manual. It feels really official, very comprehensive, very complete if it's a manual. A toolkit. So it might have a lot of resources in there that you could use. I see this a lot with social media toolkits and that kind of thing. A workbook. A briefing. That doesn't get used enough. I just thought it was quite a good one. A report. A report really gives that idea of high authority, high level of credibility, something very official. A cheat sheet. A fast track. That keeps it short and snappy. But notice, we didn't call any of them PDFs. It's not just PDFs. If your lead magnet is a video, don't just say a video. I remember being on the internet and selling stuff online 20 years ago when putting a video on the internet was really hard. You had to have an Amazon hosting thing and a special third-party piece of software that cost a few $100s every year to renew. It was a really complicated system. Now, we've all got our Vimeos and our Wistias and YouTube and all this sort of stuff. It's really simple. So again, having a video, a course that's on video is really commoditized. So what do? We call it a masterclass. We call it a workshop, call it a training, a session, or a briefing. Maybe you call it a deep dive, or you call it a lesson, or a walkthrough, or a breakdown, or a mini class, or a crash course. The whole idea is that we create value through the perception. So the perception, the labeling of the lead magnet, what you call it, is way more important than it's ever been. And also, to make sure that it overcomes this extra layer of skepticism we've all got these days, of basically, this is probably some junk that someone just pumped out of AI, make it your personal blueprint that you did something with. So if you're in the health space, this is my macro system that got me this result and got my clients these results. Or is it based on something? So is it the Stoic way of doing XYZ thing or something like that? So make it personalized so it has a source, because as soon as you cite the source, you debunk the alternate source, which we're avoiding, which is AI. Because everyone wants to know, like, where does this information come from? Where does this blueprint come from? Where does this master plan come from? And if you don't tell them where it's come from, they're going to assume, the skeptical people certainly, are going to assume it's just made up. In this case, in these days, it's going to have been made up by AI. We get away from that by saying, hey, this is my personal sales script that I've used to generate $150 million online in the past 5 years. Wow. I don't feel like I can get that out of an AI. I can't get your blueprint for your sales script that's made you $150 million over the past bunch of years. I can't get that out of AI. It is your particular IP. And what does all of this do? This raises the perceived value of the content. So that's the two really important parts, right? Is to make sure that we are giving people a taste rather than a tease. That's what we need to be moving towards. You'll see the best, most successful marketers in the world have moved to that over the past 3 years, me included. And we want to make sure we change the perspective and the perception of what that lead magnet is. It's no longer just a PDF or just a whatever. It's no longer just any of those things. It's got some intrinsic value in its title. It's the action plan. It is the thing. If you want to know some more ways of growing your email list and getting traffic, getting real people to these amazing lead magnets, here's a video I made that's been very, very popular with lots of really underthought of ways of getting more people onto your email list. I think you're going to really enjoy that one.